Ready? Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. So yeah. Hello guys. This is Deus Ex Human Revolution. So first thing, as you can see, we are starting from a pre-saved save. The reason for that is because there is a 6-minute cutscene at the start, and we don't want to see that. We don't need it. There's like nothing happening, and the only thing we do there is we go forward, press E, and that's it. So we decided in the community to cut the cutscene out and start instantly from a pre-saved save.
Makes resets a lot nicer. You don't want to watch a 6-minute cutscene every time you want to reset the run. It's not fun.
Yeah, exactly. And the good thing is, like, already at the start, there's going to be a glitch. And that's a fire extinguisher glitch. Say hello to Barrett.
Yeah, basically in this game, the one thing we're going to be doing a lot is walking through walls. Because it turns out when you throw an object into yourself and you back into a wall at the same time, you can actually just push yourself straight through it. It's pretty nice, and I'm struggling to jump up a cactus right here. That was not so good. But yeah, that's something that we're going to be doing a lot throughout the run. So yeah, expect a lot of going through this.
Yeah, a little correction, this is not going to be on hard anymore. We're speedrunning on easy. The reason for this is it is much safer. For once, it eliminates all the RNG we have in the game, and for the other, it helps us to kill the boss even faster. It only matters for 2 bosses, but it's still better than nothing. Bam, I don't hear myself. Whatever.
Yeah, I can't hear myself either. There's actually a clip you can do there that both me and Heinki were trying that's incredibly inconsistent and unlikely to happen, but you can clip through and avoid having to go through it. It's just not likely. You might as well go for it because you're waiting anyway. Yeah, don't expect it in a run, that's all I'll say.
Yeah, like the chances to get it is kind of hard because there's like one little line vertical where you can clip through, and if you hit that one on a specific lining, you can do it.
Sorry to pull you out of sick leave so soon.
I hear the game, but I don't hear myself.
We've got a situation.
Yeah, I can only hit the game.
Breaking out of Milwaukee Junction factory. Meet me at the helipad.
I have to see Pritchard first.
Anyway, now we're going to go and have a conversation with our friend Pritchard.
On the second floor in the tech
This
lab.
is the one dialogue in the speedrun that we cannot skip at all. There's one line later on in the next conversation, or in a conversation coming up with Sarif as well, but this is the only entire conversation that we can't skip any of, so we are stuck listening to this guy.
Yeah, he's the best guy ever. Everyone loves him.
Is there anything we should mention during this? Oh, well, yeah, the sprint jumping. One thing we're going to be doing a lot as well is you'll see us jumping everywhere, and that's not actually because jumping is faster. You don't go any faster just by jumping, but what can happen is that you maintain your sprinting speed while you're able to regenerate your stamina. So it means we can move at sprinting speed constantly. Yeah, just sprint jumping everywhere. Other than that, yeah, lots of clipping, a couple of cool boosts, and yeah, you'll see.
Maybe this time you actually save people. So nice of you, Pritchard. But we're ignoring your comment, so we're done here. So now we're heading to Malik, and we're going to get to the first mission, which is the Seraph manufacturing plant. So basically, there's some glitches we're going to do, but there's not a lot of things going on because we're not going to have any augmentations. And next to the box clips and the typhoon, to the fire extinguisher glitch, we have the typhoon clip. We will see later, and that is pretty amazing.
Are you going to be going for the helipad clip or not?
No, I'm not going for that.
Okay. I think I'll give it a shot. There's a clip you can do at the beginning of this area that saves about 4 seconds. It's not that easy. You have to be a little careful with it, because if you hold backwards for too long, you'll fall into the void forever. Oh well, until you die, actually. That's not forever in this one. Some of them you will fall forever. But yeah, it skips some guards being spawned and means we can run straight to the next door rather than having to go around the roof, which Heinki's going to be doing. Yeah,
so the good thing is, like, we will see both ways. So for once, Pen is like taking the revolver with him, and I'm taking the shocker. So there's not like a big difference in those, only that the revolver does not need to needs to be reloaded. The shocker does need to be reloaded, but there's only one part where I'm using it, so it's not a big deal.
And this is what I was talking about. You see Heinki going along the roof right now, whereas I can just run... Oh, well, that's not what I wanted. I wanted the grenade. But yeah, I can just go straight to the door, because I skipped the trigger to spawn the guards. Yeah. So it's quite a nice little clip.
Yeah. So now we're just going to avoid the guards, trying not to get killed.
Yeah, there's very little risk of dying on easy mode, which is one of the nicer things about running on easy rather than hard. It just takes out a lot of randomness.
Oh yeah, best code 1337. Share the love.
Worst code. It's
Wow.
the slowest one for me to put in.
Wow. All right, and here there's the first box clip, or like the second one, depending. Yeah, where you do the box clips. But what it does is like it skips to wait for the door to open, and you can immediately pass the guards.
Yeah.
You go to the next one, and once again 1337.
They're not huge deals. There's another one here. They're not massively important. They save about 4 or 5 seconds each.
Yep.
So obviously they're nice to get. But if you don't get them, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, and here
Oh.
we're going to do some AI manipulation, which
They
allows
saw me
us
incredibly early. Sorry, Karen.
which allows us to skip the guards by taking their attention, hiding behind the box. They're going to turn around, take a look at the box, and they will see nothing. And they will stare there for like 3 other seconds. So we can just run next to them, and they will never see us. And here we're just going to run next to the turret because we don't care. So I'm taking the gun here because I need a gun later on in the game. Pen got it obviously because he got the revolver, but with a shocker we can't shoot through windows, and that is one of the other important things.
Yeah, it's important for certain parts.
Are you going for a safe glitch?
Yeah, I'll go for safe glitch.
Alright.
This one is probably the hardest to explain in the entire run, and by probably I mean it's definitely the hardest to explain in the entire run. Not the safe glitch itself. Basically, I'm going to be skipping a cutscene, quick saving in a time directly after. You get a very tiny window in which you can quick save,
Heyo.
quick loading, and then I'll be skipping a conversation with Zeke. And the more complicated part, and the part that's really hard to explain, is that it opens up the potential to skip some info links at the end of this mission. And info links are basically the conversations you're having with people over whatever it is, headset, radio. I don't really know. And it means you can leave the area faster. So let's go for it here. I did a quick save as soon as I skipped the cutscene, and we load in here. Shoot Zeke, and now hope for the info link skip.
Sanders is dead.
And I didn't get it.
Oh, you did.
I got no info links skip. We don't really know exactly how it works and it is basically a case of just hoping for it. But what can happen is you skip one of these dialogues with Sarif, and it means you can talk to Malik earlier and leave faster. So unfortunately, I didn't get it, but it's again not a huge deal.
So basically, what it does is when you're saving before, or like when you have a cutscene, you do a quick save, and it allows you to do a quick save. And when you reload it, and you're lucky, you load like in the moment where the cutscene starts, but you're not in the cutscene anymore, which means you skip the cutscene for once and you skip like other parts. It loads the level normally, but the game thinks like, yeah, the cutscene has to be played here because you're obviously triggering it through the door. But since we did a save there, and the game waits now for a response, like the script is like waiting, like yeah, we need to get the next action. So otherwise it would be a soft lock, but because we need to kill Zack, or we need to let him escape, we can just wait and kill him and everything goes like normally.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, elevator time.
Yeah, there will be quite a few elevators in the run. Fortunately, we can skip quite a lot of them as well. More recently, some of the longer ones as well. But there will be a few waits in elevators, unfortunately. But it's a nice break. I don't particularly mind it personally.
Bong.
Are you gonna? Should we go? Yeah, we should both go for old lady skip. See what
Yeah,
happens.
we're going to try it.
This I never get this at home, and it's it's a trick we think is hardware dependent to do with how quickly you can gain control of Jensen after the loading screen. We don't really know, but yeah, we just kind of mash and pray at this point. And there's a skip coming up that can save 8 seconds, and it's basically chance. So we'll see.
Mrs. Reed.
No, I didn't got it. So
Nope, didn't
what
get it either.
What it happens is like, if you could put your gun out, she will either say just the normal dialogue we have here, and we have to get like the mission for her. But if we're lucky, she will say something like, "Oh no, you got a gun! Please leave me alone!" And then you skip the entire talk. It saves around 7 to 8 seconds. So it's like a small time save, but it's nice to have because it's for free.
Yeah.
And
It's-
what we're going to do now is we're going to head to the limb clinic and get some praxis kit, which we're going to use. Like in the old runs, we killed like 2 police officers, got their guns, and give me a second. All right. got their guns and sold them so we can get more augmentation, but we don't need them anymore.
Oh shit. Oops.
Yeah.
That was nearly bad. All good though. Yeah, so we get these to upgrade our sprinting speed and our jumping height, which is obviously incredibly useful. And yeah, still jumping everywhere because this is a good place to check it out. You can see that our stamina is regenerating in the air. Just means we can stay sprinting the entire game. Well, pretty much the entire game anyway.
Yeah. And now we're walking to the police station.
Any time for donations?
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah,
go for it.
All right, so we got $5 from Aaron Anger, which is Bloodduster.
Oh, Bloodduster!
Iron and copper. Bloodduster here again. The salt meter is way too high. Have fun, guys. And remember, remove Flicky. Tell him he sucks and he's lazy.
Oh wow.
$5 from Labakak Heinki. You sexy bastard.
Wow. I never asked for this.
$5 from Anonymous saying, donations
What?
to get Heinki to notice me senpai. It is me, Rogue Dark Jedi. Please tell
Okay.
chat to spam Jensen bag. Love.
Oh yeah, the Frankie Freezy emotes are on.
$20 from Anonymous saying, don't really know how to go for here. I'll root for Heinki since he doesn't cheat. Hashtag pen cheats. Hashtag where is Sticks tutorial.
Please.
$10 from Anonymous saying, Heinki for the win, but where's the wine bottle? $5 from Zero Nair. A pair of my favorite runners racing a game I love. Good luck, guys. And thank you, all of you,
Thanks,
for
Zero
your wonderful donations.
So yeah, what I just went to do there was the police station, and this is probably one of the major reasons we now run this on easy. When you run that on hard, there is a pretty good chance that you get headshot a couple times and then you just die. There's not really much you can do about it, and it kind of took away a lot of the fun of that split, and it was very, very frustrating to lose runs there.
Yeah.
So fortunately, because we're on easy, we don't need to worry about that. And what you saw as well is clipping through the police station to get to the bottom, and it avoids alerting them earlier on.
Just for the board, that never happened before. What happened was I was out of bounds, and I wanted to jump inbounds, but what happened was the game did not load the level, so I went down and died. I never asked for this.
And one of the other advantages to having the revolver is that I think Heinki might have mentioned it earlier, but with the stun gun, when you shoot it, you have to reload straight away. Oh, you can holster it as well, but you can't get more than one shot off without reloading. Whereas with the revolver, I have 5 shots, and it means that whenever I want to reload, I can just wait until I reach an elevator and reload there without losing any time, because you can't sprint while you're reloading. So.
Yeah, basically that's the same what I do with a shocker. Like, I never reload the shocker anyways. Like, we just need it for the police station, and for Zek, well, for Zek I use the pistol because it's just more precise. But that is the only moment where we need the shocker, and after that it's gone. Like, we don't need it anymore. So obviously, if we want to have more space in our inventory, it would make much more sense in the revolver. But I just use the shocker because I'm an old runner.
Yeah.
And we just used it 2 years long, and I just got used to it.
So what I'm doing now is I'm trying to do some kind of AI manipulation, which worked there. It didn't work the first time, but you want to make some noise so that those guys turn around, and then just jump over their head, and they won't see you. It's quite nice. Now we go a little bit out of our way so that we can grab some grenades and hopefully show off a cool trick coming up. And also the extra grenade is useful for killing bosses because it turns out explosives are pretty good. Okay, so this is the trick coming up. Hopefully I can get it first try. It's not that hard to do, but let's see. Just place the barrel here, and I jumped too early. You place the barrel here, throw the grenade underneath, and then if you jump at the correct time, the physics from the barrel get applied to you, and you can use that to launch you up the side of this building. And we got a second try, just about. That was pretty close, but we got there.
So yeah, I'm joining this, and whoops, I have a wrong grenade. Muscle memory! Because now I still keep stun grenade, so number 8 is the number I want.
Oh, that's one thing as well. This run has been changing a lot recently. Over the past couple months, this run has cut a lot of time down, and the route has changed several times. And one of the things that can affect, particularly if you're used to running purely through muscle memory, is that all of the hotbar items get moved around, and it's happened to me a lot as well, where you think you have the a different item selected when
What is the code?
5962.
5962. Jesus.
Boss, is that back door still open?
Muscle memory is forsaken me.
Okay. Now we have FEMA, and this is one of the areas where I think it's really cool to see it. Well, it's quite visually cool anyway as a level or as a mission in the speedrun. But if you've played the game before, this is one of the more interesting ones, because we actually do it pretty much in reverse. We go part of the way in this direction, so that we can get a box, because boxes are pretty broken. And then, like I said, we're going to complete in reverse. A box just disappeared from me there. Anyway. And also, it turns out that the ceiling for this building doesn't exist. So the box can just fall straight through there, and we can take it with us. And then, yeah, like I said, doing this level in reverse. This door is not active yet. We can't go through it. But what we can do is force ourselves through it. Not like that. And if your timing isn't right, like there, you can actually clip into the box, which can be kind of annoying in some parts. But yeah, it's just a case of the right timing. So we run down the stairs, that activates the door, and we can go grab our box again. And now we can do one of the more recent. Oh, what am I doing? I don't do that now. One of the more recent tricks, where we actually skip this entire elevator by clipping into the door, falling down, and just before we land, skilling up Icarus landing system and surviving the fall. That saves us calling the elevator up, taking it down, and then, yeah, it saves like 40 seconds, I want to say.
Yeah, it saves around 30 to 40 seconds, because normally we have to wait around 40 seconds for the elevator to go up, but with that, we just don't care.
I just lost a lot of time. I accidentally set off one of my mines that I was trying to use to kill Barrett. That is not good. So now I have to do this fall again. That was a bit of a silly mistake, but that's okay. We just do it again.
The box clip is tricking me. Come on, box. There you go.
This time I'm making a quick save just so I don't do that again, although that is the first time I've done that. Anyway, so place 3 mines there, trigger Barrett to spawn, and now Barrett is dead. That's the boss. Explosions are pretty good at dealing with them.
So yeah, I'm doing it a bit differently. I'm going to keep 2 of my mines. So instead I'm going to use 2 mines and 1 grenade, but the fact is it's going to be the same, so it doesn't matter.
It's just a slightly different explosion route. We'll have the same amount of explosions throughout the run. I keep calling them explosions, but that's just because that's what we used to refer them when to do with like the damage they do to the bosses, like the explosive damage. But yeah, we'll have the same amount of explosives throughout the run, so it doesn't make a huge difference which way you do it.
Yeah, because at the later moment when we have to fight Lilina, I'm going to use 2 mines and 1 grenade, and Pen is going to use 3 grenades. So it doesn't matter where you use it. Just the order is a bit changed, but that's not a big deal.
And the guy I shot at the beginning of the level as well, I don't actually know how Heinki does that part, whether he shoots
I'm going
earlier.
to shoot him now.
You're shooting now? Okay, I shoot him at the beginning of the level, it just makes it a little safer. It's a little slower, but it's a little safer. And we just loot him for his grenades.
Nice, I got the extra candy as well. I don't need it, but I like to have candy. Because one thing you need to know about this game is we need a lot of energy, and candy is the best thing in the future, or at least in the year 2027. And so we grab all the candy we can have, so we can have endless energy and abuse a lot of augmentations later on.
It's true. And if you remember the beginning of the run, the reason Pritchard's actually annoyed at us this entire time is because we stole his candy.
Yes.
We took it from his desk, and he's mad. Understandably so, I'd say.
Yeah, definitely. Get a good dentist in the future, guys.
So yeah, between a lot of the missions, you come back to the Seraph headquarters. You just have to do a little bit of running around and talking to people. Again, it's kind of a nice break from some of the missions, particularly some of the more tricky ones. And we're coming closer and closer to one of the tricks that's probably going to be a bit of a race decider. We'll see.
Hengsha is not that bad. But I guess I
No,
know
not
what you mean.
not Hexshot
Taeyong,
here.
okay.
You know what I mean?
I told you, you had to brief Sarah.
Because
Oh boy.
we're both going to be going for a very very new trick. Heinki only just learnt it when he got to ESA,
Yes!
and I started doing it about 2 days before I left. So it's a very very recent addition to the run. If you do it absolutely perfectly, it saves about 40 seconds, but it's not going to save 40 seconds, trust me.
And it looks amazing.
It looks really cool, yeah.
Boop, 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 boop.
Actually, this is another one as well, similar to FEMA, where... Except this one is less visually impressive, but if you've played the game before, this skip is... It saves a lot of time, and it's very, very simple. It's one of my favorites, actually, purely for what it skips. Purely for how much it skips, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
All you have to do, get to the end of Hengsha, clip through here, and there we go. We don't need to do anything in Hengsha. We can now leave. That's
Yeah.
that entire area gone.
Normally you have to do like find Tong, go to the hive, do some other mission, rescue someone, find the hacker, etc, etc. But we want to go fast, so what we do is like, oh hey, there's a train station where we need to go, just use the box clip, and hey, the train triggers! Nice, so we can skip that whole part and save around 50 minutes.
Oops, I was putting in the wrong code for a second as well.
6631.
Yeah, I was putting in 6906.
Soon.
Any word from Pritchard
Yep,
yet?
much too soon. My mind's just, it's focusing on what's to come
Great. I need access to a security terminal in the upper city.
in the Taeyong medical boost. Okay, I got pretty lucky there. We shoot before we open the door because we want to make him hostile. If he's not, then he'll have a conversation with us, and we don't want that.
Oh shh!
And then if he shoots me while I'm leaving the area, then all of the guards in this room will be hostile too, which isn't a huge deal necessarily, but it's a lot safer if he doesn't shoot me. I can just run through there and just kill one guy and I'm fine.
Alright, I have to do something pretty stupid. I will have to do old strats because I forgot to take the hypotrism with me. But that's fine, so we can show both tricks.
What did you forget, sir?
Yeah, I forgot the hypotrism. So I don't have the
okay.
painkillers with me.
Okay. Yeah.
So anyways, it's like a cool thing. Now we can showcase both things.
That's probably going to save you time because it's going to take me a few attempts, I think. I'm probably going to set myself a cap of like 10 to 20 tries at this.
Yeah, but I actually wanted to show it, but
Yeah, and Heinki has been getting it much more consistently than me in practice as well, so...
Nothing too taxing, I suspect.
oh well, so we're just going to show the old strats.
Look for a second elevator once you're there. It'll carry you
Oh, and yeah, well, I'm going to do very, very old strats, it seems. Because I got the cloaking system and not the typhoon system, and I don't have any augmentation, but well, that is fine as well. I'm just going to show old strats.
Yeah, that's fine.
No problem.
There are lots of backup strats, and in this area in particular, that's not going to matter so much because I am expecting to lose some time here. But I definitely want to show this off. It's very cool.
So, yep.
Van Bruggen said he stashed it on a server somewhere.
Oh boy, I haven't done those for a year.
Okay,
very high security.
so now
It'll be a
I
couple
want
of floors
to take this fire extinguisher out of bounds.
but the first
I
corridors
can't pick
you'll
it up
pass
for
through
some
will
reason.
be
There we go.
locked.
Okay, out of bounds.
Might want to keep any weapons concealed.
Grab Typhoon.
So,
Yeah.
instead of doing that, I'm just going to go now around and have, like, now you can see the difference from the length and how much you're skipping with that new clip, because what I'm doing is like the normal way, or like the old way of doing it.
Okay, let's see how many tries this takes. This could be fun. Alright.
So normally, the way I do it right now is not the way we do
First
it.
try.
Nice!
Nice, that's really, really hard. That's,
Very good.
The timing on that is very, very precise. To just quickly explain what I did, I basically placed the mine on the fire extinguisher, which I had to take out of bounds to clear myself out of bounds as well, knock it over, and as it's exploding, jump at an incredibly precise time. It's like, as it's exploding, or I think you get like a fraction of a second just after it's exploding as well to to jump, and it's not easy. So I'm really happy that I got that first time.
So yeah, and now I'm going to be in the area where Pen just boosted himself up. Only that I had to do like a cutscene, I had to run the whole way up, I have to take an elevator, and so this is pretty slow, and it is really good that we can do that new strat now.
Yeah.
So this is the area where Pan just boosted himself up, where I'm just right now.
I think this is the fastest I've ever done this as well. Because like I said, it's very recent, so I've not had particularly great luck with that in runs.
Oh, another cool thing is that when you're standing here at the window, that there's like a little, I'm not sure what it is, like a plane thing, and it will disappear just because. It's there. It's gone.
So what I did there is also kind of new, because we used to have cloak at this point in like very like just a few days ago really we used to have cloak at this point, whereas now we save the stun grenade. I shoot as I leave the penthouse to attract them all into the same room, so the stun all hits them all, and then I can just run through. It's safer than it looks as well. So you have to disable these bots before you can actually leave this area, and that's why we grabbed the EMPs earlier. Makes it very fast. And now I've called Malik to arrive, so I can just spend this time picking up some extra stuff. Some of it we don't need, but I have time to kill and nothing better to do. Okay, I'm gonna go for the Picus EMP jump as well. Why not? It's going well enough so far. I'll try it. It's not too hard. It's definitely nowhere near as hard as the tying medical thing, but all right.
Okay. So now the bots are coming to appear.
I'm heading there now.
Okay.
Get those bay doors open or this rescue attempt ain't gonna happen.
So I have Icarus landing system at this point, which for doing this is bad because I don't want to fall slowly, and I got it first try as well. That's really nice. What I did is I threw an EMP at the ground. I jumped before it explodes, otherwise I lose my augment to jump higher, jump over the barrier, and then as I'm falling inbounds again, I grab that ladder. So again, really nice. I'm really happy I got that first try. And now I have a long time to wait, so
Yeah.
unless if Heinki doesn't, do you have anything to say? Otherwise, we can probably do donations during funicular.
Yeah, just do the
So
donation.
donations during funicular, if there are any, is always a good spot. This is a long elevator.
Very
Thank
long.
you. I was just about to ask you guys about that. So we got $10 from Snowy Snowwolf. 10. Please don't beat up Heinki too much. I need him for SGDQ. Oh my. And oh, and by the way,
Wow.
sticks tutorial when and stop
Oh
cheating
my
in
God.
glide dresses, cat butt. $5 from Jimmy Spades. Failed
hey.
and left myself anonymous. So here's another 5. Go Heinki.
Hey, hi.
$3 from Jade Kettner, Cranky Pancake. Hey Heinki, thank you
hey,
for all the
Cranky.
help you've given me to help learn this amazing game. Good luck. $4.20 from Matt M_TT. Hi,
Matt.
hi Heinki and Pen. Heinki, when is Donkey Kong 4? I want to hate myself more. Good luck.
Wow,
and great
first
both
try,
of you.
nice.
Matt.
Oh, did you get a really good funicular?
Yeah, I got first try in funicular.
Nice.
$5 from KJ Freshly.
Oh,
Showing Heinki some love. Good luck to both of you and have fun. $5 from Viral Infection. Pen, please. Also,
Viral, please.
hi, Heinki and Bunny. Love. I know this is an anonymous donation, but we got $150 from an anonymous
Nice.
donator. So thank you so much for that one.
wow.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, thank you for that donation.
I never asked for this.
$10 from APJJM.
Oh, hey.
Hey APJ.
Jensen bag.
Big shout out to APJ actually. We should probably shout out like a lot of, well,
To
just the Deus Ex community in general,
Yeah.
but APJ has done a lot for this game in routing and just finding crazy stuff for us to do.
yeah, and shoutouts to Bullocton as well, because
Yeah.
if you didn't start the category low door percent, we would never have found so many cool new strats.
Yeah.
Especially he found out how to do the barrel boost consistent and find some cool out of bounds, which we are using now, like the Taeyong medical boost, which just got upgraded by APJ by finding even more crazier shit and combining it. It's amazing.
Yeah, they've definitely done a lot for this run. It's really cool.
But yeah, shoutouts again to everyone in the Deus Ex community, everyone who was running it or started running it. It is really, really cool.
So yeah, I didn't say anything at that point because it goes by pretty quickly, but I killed Yelena. She also dies in 3 explosions. The bosses in this game are pretty easy when you have grenades and mines and a bunch of crap like that. So yeah, just throw a couple grenades down, although like Heinki was mentioning earlier, he has a different explosive route, so
Yeah.
he'll do a mine and 2 grenades, I think.
Yeah.
And yeah, then she's gone. Alright, I'm gonna go again for fire extinguisher landing system. Let's do it.
So basically we just throw those, like I do it, I throw 2 mines, run like away like a little kid, and then I throw the grenade and she dies. And so what Pen did not mention is we go here in the hallway and go
yeah, that's
backwards because that triggers Malik, and while we have to wait for Malik, we're just going to pick up everything we need. So we're just getting some additional Typhoon and even more candy because we need to get a good dentist later on.
Yeah, and what I did at the beginning of this mission is something called fire extinguisher landing system, where instead of using the Icarus landing system, which falls quite slowly and has an animation of landing at the end, I take the fire extinguisher out of bounds with me and ride it the whole way down. It saves like, I don't know, like 3 seconds or something. It's not huge, but it's quite cool that you can do that. Just stand on top of the fire extinguisher and fall with it. And now I'm also taking a box on a little bit of a journey.
So yeah, I'm now doing the fire extinguisher one, which is like, basically instead of going on the fire extinguisher, I just do this one and fall down, doing the fire.
Yeah, it's a very small time difference.
Yeah, and basically what we do here you have normally to take 2 elevators for your apartment, but well, we don't want to take the elevators. It's just too slow, so we just do a fire extinguisher glitch and kip. And what else he did not mention, we did not mention before, the apartment where Jensen lives is 420.
Oh yeah.
I just
Yeah,
wanted to mention that.
That is always worth saying. And I forgot to give floor 20 a shout out for Puri when I went down on the funicular.
What? Okay, that was interesting. I was standing on the barrel while the barrel was rolling. That was new. I never asked for this.
Okay, what's after this? Hengsha 2, right?
Yeah, Hengsha
Okay,
2.
yeah.
Prepare your Bible thumbs.
Oh yeah, definitely prepare your Bible thumbs. Also, it's definitely worth saying this run is going to be in SGDQ. Heinki's going to be running it in SGDQ this year, so definitely check that out. That's going to be really cool. It's going to be in the two major marathons this year.
Yeah.
This one is a race, and then yeah, Heinki's running in SGDQ. Okay. So now I'm going to be getting an extra level of cloak. This is unnecessary. It actually loses me a couple seconds, but it makes it so much safer that
Yep.
I wouldn't. It's not worth it. Basically, it's not worth not getting it.
Like going into the menu is not a big of a time loss, and at the moment, well, it's not a big deal.
So what exactly?
And this is why we said prepare your Bible thumbs.
Malik.
Rip Malik.
She was a great woman, always loyal, but now she's dead. Not on my screen yet, but soon.
Yeah. I don't know which one the audio is from either on the stream,
Oh,
but
yeah.
yeah.
Well, we're kind of assholes. We're letting her die twice.
Yeah, yeah, it's faster. Well, actually, there is another thing you can do here where you can save her and save time with it, but it's so not worth doing either. You have to do a really weird Typhoon clip in that area which you can't quick save in, so you have one shot to do it, and it's not a big enough time save to make it worth it. It's like 10 seconds or something, I think.
Yeah.
I'm
Basically,
not sure on the timings.
well, basically what happens is that you can do a typhoon boost on a barrel, and then you're in the floor where you have to exit the area. But the problem is, if you do that, you just have one try, and what happens is there are like guards, like guys shooting at you for once. And on the other hand, if you don't get it, if you're not staying on the barrel correctly, it will pushes you to the side and will just drop down.
Yeah.
Malik,
It's really not worth it.
we've got company.
But it is cool. And it does mean that technically the fastest method is to save her.
I'll stay in cover.
Yeah. The thing is, if you save her, that's not the only thing you have to do to get and talk with Tong. You have to do a box clip in and then do a typhoon clip to get out. And the other problem is the cutscene you have. Oh no! Oh yeah, you have it. The cutscene you have in Singapore is going to take longer because Malik is alive. She's going to shock all the guards, talk with you, and then let everyone enter and lands. So that will lose around 20 seconds. But because you do this pretty fast, you don't have this whole animation. You save 10 seconds. Farida. Rip again.
Oh, I had the weird bug. This makes no difference time-wise, but when you're in the conversation with I've already forgotten his name. He was just on the screen.
Hugh Darrow.
Hugh Darrow, that's the one.
You can talk.
That normally gets cut off, but there is a very, very small chance that it doesn't, and I have no idea why. But yeah, that conversation usually gets cut off midway. Well, that line rather. The conversation still gets cut off, but the line gets destroyed, I guess.
It might be better to stay out of their way.
I have time so I can watch.
Pardon?
I have time so I can watch right now.
Don't worry, I've been checking out every now and then where you're at. I need to know.
Yeah. So basically, I'm now at the start of Hengsha 2, and Pen is at the end of Hengsha 2. So now he's going to head to the harbor, where we need to plant a bomb and basically get to Singapore, where we're going to get the hardest boss in the whole game. So prepare yourself.
Oh, yeah.
You heading to a
It's,
clinic?
it might even be worth... probably not, actually, no. Forget that's anything. There are different methods for dealing with this boss. One of them involves an interesting bug, but that's actually slower than the current method, so I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, I can show it off because like I'm way behind. So I'm just going to show all the stuff which we haven't.
There's still plenty of time to catch up, I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Mr. Jensen, Hugh Darrow here. Please forgive this intrusion, but David assured me of your cooperation at
But anyway,
no.
yeah, sorry, go on.
No, it's fine. So
Okay.
yeah, you just, as you have seen, there is the info link, but because we're going through the zone, it skips it. And we haven't figured out yet what the reason or what the trigger is to skip those info links, but they happen. And once we get it consistent, we can, for example, get in Seraph Manufactory a pretty easy way to skip the conversation and have no problems. Like especially it helps us to just go and continue the game. Like in Director's Cut, it is not a big deal because you can actually have a conversation in a conversation. So if you're fast enough, you will just skip the you will have the info link and another conversation, but it doesn't matter. But in Human Revolution, it doesn't work. By the way, and if you want, you can read more donations. And I'm having too much.
Yeah, it's a good time to do donations, actually, if there are any.
Oops.
Yes. Give me a second. Oh, we got even more donations on the way.
Oh, baby.
Alright, so we got $5 from Dustin. I heard Heinki liked Panzerwagen and Lederhosen. Also, where's your awesome music, Heinki?
My music is in my stream, I guess.
Also, we got $25 from Anonymous. Good luck on the race, PenAgain and Heinki. Dreadgasm.
Dreadgasm, indeed.
Redgasm.
Niskirin donated $5. Heinki, Perkele. Don't you dare root for that limey bastard over there. Germany hype. Why the Finnish? I don't.
Perkele! It's kind of an inside joke.
Okay. We got $1 from Grump. Hi, I'm Grump.
Hi.
Hey, Gray.
Um,
Assuming that's Gray.
$5 from Adam Jensen is hot. Nice try. Nice first try, hype.
Tom,
Oh,
how did
baby.
you get this frequency?
So now what I'm trying to do is the Singapore clip to skip the boss. It's not going amazingly well, because what I want to do, what you saw earlier, I failed it. I fell off. I want to clip into the wall, but not through it. And so far, it's not going so well. Hopefully I get it soon. Alright, there we go. So I clip into the wall and then run off it in that direction, and you saw the cardboard box pop into existence, and that's you need to hit that loading trigger, otherwise you can't do this out of bounds. But now I'm going to be running around out of bounds. You need to learn where to go. It's not very complicated. It's like a hallway basically. And this skips having to deal with Nimir entirely. I'm going to find a door out of bounds, I think. Wait, there it was. There it is. And yeah, and now I'm in the room after killing Nimir. You just avoid him entirely.
Yeah, like the old strat was, I will show that off, but yeah, he's a pretty hard boss, and you will see why. But basically, that is the new strat. It is 15 seconds faster because we just do a out of bounds clip. We don't need to face Nimir at all, and if you know the map, you can just navigate blindly through it. Oh boy, I haven't done this for a while.
The thing he's going to show off in a second is a really interesting. I don't even know what it is. I think it's like to do with the way he decoded his AI, but it's weird.
Yeah, I will explain it because I know what happens, so it's kind of ridiculous. Alright, so we're going to face Nimir, the hardest boss in the fight, or the hardest boss in the game. Yeah, but in the fight as well. Oh boy, where's Nimir? I'm scared. Bam.
There it is.
That is Nimir, the boss fight. He's the hardest boss. So, what happens? Normally, you can't quick kill the bosses. What happens is that they have like a animation program. Oh, by the way, this is the hallway we are going through, invisible. But basically, they have an animation for every takedown you get on them, or you do on them, so that they counter you and kill you instantly. So, what happens here? When, in the moment, Nimir goes on the wall, the game thinks, oh, that is a normal AI. Like, the boss script, for some reason, is deactivated because it's just doing the normal animation thing. And if you do the quick, like, the takedown, in that moment, the game will say, okay, sure, you just take him down. It's a normal AI, no problem with that. And so we just punch him in the face, and he's done.
It's really cool. But another reason, another nice thing about the fact that we don't have to deal with him anymore is that he's kind of a bit random. He will usually jump over that wall and attack you, so that you can use the takedown. But he has killed runs for pretty much everyone by just wandering around the room without jumping over any walls. It can be pretty annoying. And now we have, by far, my least favorite trick in the run.
Omega clip.
I hate this clip so much.
So there's a history why we call it Omega clip. After ESA last year, we did a big ass race with like around 9 people, and there was a runner called Ultimate Omega. He's running GTA San Andreas, and he joined the race, and it took him like 20 minutes to do that clip, because he got the normal box clip, but he couldn't do the Typhoon one, which you will see in a second.
If I can get in the door.
Because of that, we called it Omega clip, because Josh still won the race by Omega losing those 20 minutes, and in his honor, we call it Omega clip. But the clip was actually found by Nature Blink, and in the history of speedrunning this game, it allowed us to get the sub 1 in the game, which is amazing. So
that took me a long time to get into the door, and now we have to just wait and see whether this works. Sometimes it just doesn't. Oh, we got it.
Nice.
Okay. That was very slow, but yeah, you can Typhoon through there. It's really unfortunate as well, because there's a relatively easy box clip you can do around the door. But the problem is the loading trigger for this area is inside the door, so you need to clip through it, and it causes... I do not like it. I'm not a fan of that clip at all, but it saves so much time, it's entirely necessary.
excuse me, game. Oh. Right. Whoopsie. I forgot that I don't have Typhoon at all because I did the other route, so I needed to skill it now. But that's not a big deal. Quick. 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 Quick! No.
I was wondering what that noise was. I was just like, something's playing in my headset. I don't know what that is. No way. No way.
Whoa! You got it again.
That's unreal. That happened for the first time the other day. I think I'm now behind because I didn't get the autosave. Yeah, I am. I'm now behind. I didn't get the autosave because the guards were hostile.
Oh, wow.
That is unreal. I had that for the first time the other day, highlighted it on my channel, and I don't even understand. You throw the box, and there is a tiny chance that it will actually just land on the beam. That's something.
That is actually, wow.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
I just have to make my way back there. I can't
Oh
believe
no.
that just happened.
Crazy police! Help! Crazy or scary. So, okay, I do, for example, this bridge a bit different. Like, I just do the cloaking instead of throwing a gas grenade.
And now
And
I
then
can
I
save.
just run through here. Okay. So the thing now here is we can't do an autosave, so... oh yeah, and another fun thing. That bridge is called Star Wars Bridge. We found it out by Dr. T-Chops. He was looking into the memory for the auto splitter, and he found out that the makers called it Star Wars Bridge when he was looking for the pointers. And so we call it now Star Wars Bridge. And what you do there is, basically what you saw here now, is that I throw an AMP grenade because I have the Icarus landing system, but I don't want it to trigger. So I use an EMP grenade to disable the trigger, fall down, and at the moment I hit the ground, it will activate again, so I can kill her. So I can... wait. Go down. Oh yeah, and the final boss is pretty spectacular, because we just use the laser, and laser her through the glass. And it goes through the glass, so we beat her.
I have had a bit of a disastrous ending. I threw the EMP mine, and me throwing it clipped me back in bounds, which is not good.
Make yourself ready for time.
Yeah, get ready for time. It's when the cutscene rolls on his screen.
And time. Alright.
Are you serious? I just threw it again, and it clipped me into the soft block area in between. That's
unfortunate.
well, that
That's
actually has
normally
never
not
happened before, so you can add that.
Alright, so while while Pan is finishing, I'm just going to show some of the awkward glitches we have in the game. And so if you're wondering where you're talking with Seraph while you're having the cutscene, it is basically here. You're under the spawn place in shipping and receiving, and yeah, Seraph is just sitting here underground, having a nice day. It's kind of interesting because APJ found out that if you do a box clip here and fall down, you see him here. Okay, another thing.
Okay, there we go.
Which I'm going to show is, well, normally this is a soft lock, but if you ever wanted to punch Megan in the face, this is the area where you can do it. So basically this is the helipad area, but I did a box clip out, I did not trigger the button, and so they're all stacked inside each other. And what I can do is just...
Sorry, I got confused there. I got the animation skip on the Icarus at the end by complete chance.
So yeah, if you never liked Megan, let me... whatever. That was the wrong one, but we can now punch every one of our friends in the face if we want, or knock them out. So...
And that's basically it for me as well. I just have to wait for the cutscene to roll.
Bam! There you go, PenAgain.
An interesting ending for me. But yeah, that glitch is pretty interesting. There are some weird things that you can do in this game, that's for sure.
And one last thing, let me find it. Okay, that must be it. We're going to be...
And I'm done.
No, we're ready. Just waiting for him. I was waiting for him. What?
What incentives? There are none.
No.
There are none, are there? Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So, I won't show it now. We don't have time. So, thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks for watching,
joining.
guys.
Hope
Good
you
race,
enjoyed
Heinki.
it.
Well played.
Well, this was a pretty strange race.
Yeah, that was definitely strange for sure. But we got through it.
And don't forget to follow our wonderful runners of the Deus Ex Human Revolution, PenAgain at twitch.tv/PenAgain and Heinki at twitch.tv/Heinki. Thank you both runners, you did an amazing race. Hope everybody enjoyed.